Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at gcnlive.com.
Welcome to this week's edition of World Crisis Radio. This is Webster Tarpley coming at you from Washington, D.C. This program now being recorded on the afternoon of Friday, January 16th, 2015. We have many important developments, but let's go into one of the most important here right off the bat. The current world situation cries out for leadership, for people who know what to do. Intellectual courage, moral courage, and all the rest. Physical courage comes in handy too, from time to time. So we are sponsoring a seminar here in the Washington, D.C. area, just outside the district line, and that's going to be in Silver Spring, Maryland, starting a week from today already, a week from when I'm recording this, and that is to say on the 23rd of January at about 6 p.m., the registration will begin for my seminar in the political economy of the American system. This is an intensive weekend short course, a accelerator program, an econothon, according to some, and it's going to be a very, very intensive piece of work. It's about equivalent to what you'd have to do under most regimes to get 3 or 4 credits in a single weekend. So that's the idea. If you're going to come, you should certainly read Surviving the Cataclysm, Your Guide to the Worst Financial Crisis in Human History. It's probably a good idea to read Plato's Republic, especially Book 7 of Plato's Republic. And if you pre-register, which we're asking you to do, you must indeed pre-register, please send an email to Tax Wall Street Party, all together, nothing in between, at gmail.com. TaxWallStreetParty at gmail.com, and you'll get the full information. In other words, there'll be a pre-registration process, and then you'll find out everything you need to know about this. So it's going to be in Silver Spring, Maryland, starting at about 6 p.m. a week from today, 23rd of January, 2015. And here's the setting for this. We've had Belarus putting in capital controls and exchange controls, a 30% tax on flight capital. We've had Russia in the middle of December installing informal but quite effective capital controls and exchange controls. Just yesterday, we've had a tremendous earthquake, a tsunami in the international currency markets. The Swiss franc has been upvalued, first by about 30%, and then it sort of leveled off at about 15% up compared to the euro. Next week, we're going to have the State of the Union on Tuesday, and that's going to be full of economic issues. Next week, we're also going to have the European Central Bank, Draghi, announcing what is I think a pretty desperate bid to stave off deflation in the form of quantitative easing for Europe. At least €500 billion will be thrown away, really, down the rat hole of toxic derivatives. And then in the middle of all that, you've got the Davos meeting, the Magic Mountain. The international financial elite goes to Davos next week. My proposal to you, don't go to Davos. You want to learn something about the world economy? Come to Silver Spring. Silver Spring, not Davos, next week. And by the way, how embarrassing for those Swiss finance oligarchs, among with everything else going wrong. The hotel that they built to cater to the Davos set, the Golden Egg hotel, international luxury hotel for plutocrats, oligarchs, and parasites in Davos has gone bankrupt because they could only fill it during the Davos meeting. And then, of course, after that, on the 25th of January, the Greek vote. For the first time, an anti-austerity, anti-IMF, anti-ECB, anti-European Commission regime, government in Europe. We'll hear something about their program in just a minute. And then after that, there'll even be the U.S. Federal Reserve on the 28th. So we are in the middle of a season of economic upheaval. You've got to know what to do. You've got to have a program. You've got to understand what economics are all about. That much we can do. Maybe we can do more. A lot of it depends on you. Most of it depends on you. But come. And I have to say, the seats, the places are limited and the places are filling up. So don't dither. Don't tergiversate anymore. Send an email to taxwallstreetparty@gmail.com and start making history, because that's the idea. This is the school for world historical individuals, school for world historical leaders. You want that? Come to us. We'll give you a better deal than just about anybody. Now, since we've mentioned the Swiss franc, here's what it was. The Swiss, of course, are a landlocked country in the middle of Europe, right? They're sandwiched in there between Germany, Italy, France, Austria, and the euro looms large. I was there in Switzerland some years back, and already then the complaint was that the shopkeepers on the Basel side couldn't make any money because their currency was so high. Everybody wanted to go over to the German side and buy in euros because the euros were cheaper. So that's the problem, that the euro has been, pumped up, but the Swiss franc even more so. Swiss franc is an international haven, right? You put money there, you park it there, international hot money, emergency reserves, stuff like this. So what this evolved to was a peg. We should call it a currency peg. It has been called a cap, but in practice it's a peg. And it simply meant that the peg was that a Swiss franc was going to be equal that the euro was going to be equal to 1.2 Swiss francs. And the idea was if it got to be more than that, if it got to be 1-to-1, or if the Swiss franc got ahead of the euro, then that was going to be terrible for Swiss export industries. What do they have? Precision optics, precision machinery, certainly watches, right? All kinds of watches, from the very expensive down to the swatches in the lower part of the market. And then you do have chocolate, you have tourism, you have a bunch of other stuff. But mainly it's banking. It is the Zurich banking center. They were the bank for Genoa. Just take a look at the map at a certain point, right? There was kind of a banking satellite of the Genoese. And, of course, Geneva, Zurich, all of these places, right, associated with banking. So the problem was now, as we've reported on this program, Mario Draghi, the Goldman Sachs alumnus who runs the European Central Bank, is planning, as I said, about €500 billion of quantitative easing. And that's a code word for buying up toxic, rotten, bankrupt derivatives and trying to support the banking system that way. We've had 3 rounds of quantitative easing here. Has not worked. A lot of money printed and thrown out the window. That same amount here, about $3 trillion here in the U.S., that could have gotten you a fairly decent recovery if you put all of that into infrastructure and related items. The U.S. would be a whole lot better off. But they don't understand that, these central bankers. They think they're there to serve the banks only, not the real economy, not the broader economy, just banks. So what it looked like then was next week, the gnomes of Zurich, as they're called, Zurich, the people at the Swiss Central Bank, which I think is maybe in Bern and Basel also, they were looking at a flooding of the market with euros, which they would have to start buying up to maintain this peg. They decided they didn't want to do it. Back in a minute on World Crisis Radio.
The knowledge of the ancients, tried and true, trusted herbs and extracts fused with the latest nutraceutical science. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. For the last 2 years, our team has been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to develop the ultimate nutraceutical formulation. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. Now is the time to secure Ancient Defense for you and your family. Visit ancientdefense.com or call 888-253-3139. That's ancientdefense.com.
Hi, John Hubner from Midas Resources. Are you tired of watching your hard-earned assets dwindle away? As government spending is out of hand and the Federal Reserve is creating in excess of $20 billion a week, are you tired of stockbrokers gambling away your hard-earned money? Is this market a setup for a crash greater than 1987? Too many of today's policies resemble those that led to the collapse of 1929. This is John Hubner, and that was me in 2007. And we all know what happened when the subprime credit bubble burst. By March 2009, the dollar lost 50% of its value. The entire U.S. banking system was on the verge of collapsing. Like all financial problems of the past, is history about to repeat itself? Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129, before it's too late to protect yourself. Will the oncoming catastrophe take all private IRAs, 401ks with it? There is a way to protect your hard-earned assets. Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com, and in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
You're listening to GCN, proudly sponsored by UnseenNow.com. Lock down your digital life at UnseenNow.com. This is GCN.
taxwallstreetparty@gmail.com and express your desire to pre-register for the Silver Spring seminar starting 6 p.m. on the 23rd of January. That's the political economy of the American Revolution, American system, taught by me. And that's an intensive weekend course.